Hi everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making these shell stitch fingerless gloves. These are so easy and so fast to make. I love these so much. They're so warm for the winter. So I'm not going to take these off. I'll just get into the supplies we'll need and then we'll get into making these fabulous fingerless gloves. Big thank you to Lion Brand Yarn for providing the yarn for this. I used a little over 1 skein of this yarn, so I would recommend getting 2 balls of this yarn and making these with 2 balls. You will have some left over. Obviously this is how much I have left over, but I used 1 full skein and then part of this skein. And I'm using the color mustard in this project. This is a size 4 worsted weight medium sized yarn. I would say so they come in 170 yards. So I'd say I used about 180 yards of yarn, so not much more than 1 skein. And I used, this is just 100% acrylic yarn, but you can use any type of size 4 worsted weight medium yarn for yours. We're going to use an H size crochet hook, which is 5 millimeters. This crochet hook is a spindle crochet hook from the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. This is a hand-carved wooden handled crochet hook. It's ergonomic, it's big, thick handle, is perfect for when you're crocheting for a long period of time. I absolutely love these hooks so much. Check out the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. The link is in the description of this video so you can get that. But like I said, an H hook is 5 millimeters. We'll be using that. We are going to use a scissors and a yarn needle to cut yarn. We're sewing this together. We're actually making a rectangular piece and then sewing it up this seam right here, as you can see. And crocheting a little thumb section here. Oh, I got a little straggler. They'll cut that later. You're going to need stitch markers to mark the hole for your thumb, or you can live dangerously and just guesstimate, but those stitch markers do come in handy when you're measuring things. And also, well, I guess that's all the supplies we'll need. Here. I'm going to cut this. Check out all the links in the description of this video before we begin. If you have any questions, please leave comments, but also check the links if your answer is already posted. There will be a crochet pattern free on my website, YARNutopia.com, for these shell stitch fingerless gloves. It's free on my website. You can check it out, YARNutopia.com. Also, check out all the links to all these supplies. You can get these online, and you can are at the craft store, and you can get all the links to my social medias. I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok now, and all the other places. Obviously here on YouTube, so make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Alright, I'm obsessed with these. These are so fabulous. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you make this, please hashtag YARNutopia so I can see your work on Instagram. Alright, let's get started and make these fabulous gloves. Alright, let's start off with a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, then fold this down, and then pull your long end through and pull tight. Okay, this is just marking where my center is, so I hope that's not too distracting for you. I'll try to cover it as much as I can. But just insert your hook and we can begin. So to start off, we are going to chain 31. You can chain any multiple of 6 plus 1 that will fit around your hand. And I'm talking like the main part, the bigger part of your hand, like where your knuckles are. So just chain an amount that is in a multiple of 6 and then add another chain. So I'm going to chain 31 and that will fit around my hand, but you can measure however much you need for yours. And chaining is just yarn over and pull through, just like this. That is exactly what I'm doing here. So you're counting how many chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do for row 1 is double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook doesn't count as anything, so count 1, 2, 3, 4. This chain right here. And what I personally like to do is turn the chain towards me like this and work into these back ridges, but you can work in any loop of the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this chain right here, yarn over, go into that chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. There's 1. We're going to put 2 more double crochets into that same chain. So yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through those other 2 loops. Okay, again, yarn over, go back into that same chain and make another double crochet. Okay, now we're going to skip the next 2 chains, 2 chains, and single crochet into this next chain here. So skip this chain, go into this chain right here, just go in, and then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That is a single crochet. Okay. Going to the next step, skip the next 2 chains and make 5 double crochets into the next chain. So yarn over, skip this one, go into this one here, and make 5 double crochets into that one. The 5 double crochet grouping is going to be considered your shell stitch. So that is why we are called this shell stitch fingerless gloves. So, oopsie, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, just like that. Cool. Then skip the next 2 chains and single crochet into the next. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we're just going to repeat that sequence then all the way across. So skip 2, put a shell in the next chain, then skip 2 and put a single crochet in the next chain. Okay, and just repeat. So I'll do that, and then once I'm finished with this row, we'll be ending this row with a single crochet, and then I'll show you how to go on to row 2. Alright, I just am finishing up row 1 here, just single crochet in the very last chain, just like that, and this is what your row 1 should look like. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, 4.5 shells. This should be a half shell here. So going on to row 2, this will be our repeat row. We are going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work around, and we are going to put 3 double crochets into this very first stitch, this first single crochet stitch right here. So yarn over, go into that single crochet and make 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we're going to hop to the very middle double crochet of this shell right here. So there's 5 stitches in the shell. You're going to go to the middle one and make a single crochet into there. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to hop to the next single crochet that's in between these shells, and we're going to put a shell into that single crochet. So put 5 double crochets into there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then just repeat. So go to the middle double crochet of this next shell here and just put a single crochet in the middle one. Then go to the next single crochet in between these 2 shells and put a shell into that single crochet stitch. Okay, and then just repeat. So do that all the way across, and then once I'm finished with row 2, I'll show you what to do next. When you are finishing this row, you want to end with a single crochet, but you want to end it in that chain 3 stitch right there, okay? So not, you see the 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and then there's this chain 3 stitch. In the top chain of that, you can insert your your last single crochet of that row. And that's for every row here on out. If it works easier for you to go in between the posts, go right there and make your single crochet, but you should go into the chain itself. So there's top loops, these 2 top loops, and then 1 underneath loop. Just insert your hook, then yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and that completes row 2. So this is what it should look like so far. So now we are going to repeat row 2 until we finish row 24. So we're going to do 24 rows of this. If you want to do more or less, you can. Just however long you want your fingerless gloves to be, really. You can make them longer, going up to your elbow, or you can make them shorter and just make them hand type. But I'll continue working row 2, just continue to repeat row 2, okay, and I'll do that until I'm done with row 24, and then we'll have one more row to do before attaching everything and sewing it up. So this is just going to be a rectangular shape at the end, and of this row, of these rows, I'm going to do 24 rows total, and then I'll show you how to finish with row 25, and then we will make them actually look like fingerless gloves. So I'll show you that next. Okay, so this is what my work looks like right now. It's like row 24 is finished. Let's see if I can zoom out here a little bit. There we go. So you can see it's a rectangular shape right now. So we are going to do row 25, just cleaning it up, kind of like the straight bottom is here. We're just going to clean across there. So what we're going to do is, let me zoom back in here so you can see what I'm doing. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work around like this, and then single crochet into the middle stitch of this shell right here. So go into that middle double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to half double crochet into the single crochet here. So yarn over, go into that single crochet stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops on your hook. That's a half double crochet. Okay, then chain 2, and then single crochet into the middle double crochet of this next shell, and just repeat what we did. Okay, so chain 2, half double crochet into the single crochet stitch, okay, then chain 2, single crochet into the middle stitch of the shell, chain 2, half double crochet into the next single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the middle stitch, chain 2, half double crochet into the next single crochet, chain 2, and end with a single crochet into the very last stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to cut our yarn quite long actually for sewing. Okay, and pull it through that chain 1. Just pull it all the way through so it's fastened off, and we can use this for sewing. And we are going to sew this closed. So to do that, I'm going to grab my yarn needle, and we are going to yarn our needle with that yarn we just cut. Okay, and we're going to fold this long side, like these 2 sides like this, so that we have it to wrap around our hand. Well, it'll be like this, but you get the point. Okay, so what we want to do is mark our thumb hole, and you can use actual stitch markers or a different colored piece of yarn. I have actual stitch markers here. So what I'm going to do is lay my arm down like this, fold this over, okay, And make sure you can see here. Okay, so where I want my thumb to be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around round 6, or row 6 here, or 6 rows down, I guess, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here. So I'm going to mark this row with my safety pin. There we go. Okay, then we're going to mark around it, so the hole would have to be about 2 rows for me. It might be more for you or less for you, like just 1 row maybe, but I think I'm going to do 3 rows total. So I'm going to put another marker right here. Let me grab another stitch marker here. There we go. And mark that. Okay, so you just have to mark one side because we're going to sew this together like this and leave this part open for the thumb. Okay, so we are going to start from the top, and I'm just going to whip stitch because I'll put this inside out then. Okay, so we are going to start from this top here and just go through and through. Okay, and just keep pulling. Okay, through and through. Oh, a pine cone. This is from another craft project. Okay, so just keep pulling just like this. Okay. And I'm just going through the same side each time. There is something called a mattress stitch if you prefer to sew it that way, or you can sew it however you'd like to sew this closed. But we are going to sew it up until right here. Once I get to here, I'm just going to sew on one side, leaving it open, and then continue working through both layers after this stitch marker here. So that's why I marked those stitches, so I know when to work through both layers and when to work through only one layer, so that you know that there will be a thumb hole. So once I'm finished sewing this up, I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so I sewed up this whole section from here, and then I only went through one layer here, and then I went through both layers for the rest of this, and I have to fasten off. So I'm going to show you how to fasten this off. We are just going to go around just like this. Keep your finger in the loop, then come back through the loop, and then pull tight. And do that a few times, just through some stitches. Do it like twice or 3 times. So again, keep your finger in the loop, come back through the loop, and pull tight. And then you can just sew in this end underneath your stitches, just like this, and hide it, and sew in any other ends that you might have loose at this point. And then we just have to do one last thing, and then we're done. So we're going to make the thumb a little bit longer. Okay, so I just sewed in that end. Looks good. You can take your stitch markers off if you need to. And we are going to flip this. This is the inside because we sewed it on this side, so I'm going to flip it around. Just like this. And you'll still see the seam, but it will be on the inside of your arm. Okay? So this is what it looks like. So cute so far. Lovely. Okay, so you could try it on if you want to. And you can see the hole here for the thumb. So I want to close this up a little bit and just come up the thumb a little bit. If you don't want to and you want to leave it like this, go for it. But I am going to come up. Look at how cool that is. How lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do, grab your hook and your yarn, and we're going to start at the bottom of the thumb hole here, And we're going to just insert our hook just like this, pull through the yarn, and we can continue working. So we're just going to single crochet. So chain 1, okay, and then single crochet evenly. We're going to single crochet 14 stitches evenly around, okay? Oops, my yarn got stuck here. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops, okay? Not sure if you can hear Nasser, my son, in the background. He's crying out there. He'll be okay. Alright, continue. Single crochet around. 1, 2, 3. Really, anywhere your hook fits is where you should put a stitch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basically 7 stitches on each side would work. Okay, so I'm moving around to this side. Here's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, one more, 14. Cool. Then we're just going to continue working, so I'm not going to slip stitch to the first stitch here. I'm just going to continue working 2 more rounds. Just count your stitches if you need to. Just do 3 rounds total. So I did round 1. I'm on round 2 now. We're just working in a spiral. No attaching or anything. Just working in a continuous round. And you can see here, I'm just going to go in each of the 14 stitches and single crochet around. And I'm going to do 3 rounds total. Okay, so this is round 2. And I'm going a little fast for the camera, but you can, pause this video, obviously, if you need to. Okay, so going on to the next round, this is round 3 here. And then after this round, we're going to fasten off. Then obviously you just have to make 1 more of these to make a pair, but it's exactly the same for both right hand and left hand. Super simple project. And they are incredibly warm, like perfect for the winter. Okay, so now once I'm done, I did 3 rounds here. I'm just going to slip stitch into the very next stitch right here, go in, yarn over, pull through and through, chain 1, cut this yarn, pull it through, pull tight, and grab your yarn needle. There it is, I lost it for a second. Okay, and yarn this needle. And then just sew in this end. And there it is, these shell stitch fingerless gloves are so fabulous. Like I said, just make 2 of these. Try it on, see if it fits. Oh my gosh, how cool. Look at that. Okay, try on my other one. These are so wonderful. There it is. How lovely. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make these. I'm going to zoom out real quick here so you can see. Don't look at my mess. Oh, they look so cool. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make these. Big, huge thank you to Lion Brand Yarn for providing the yarn for this project today. This is Vanna's choice in mustard, but you can use any color you want. Any size 4 worsted weight medium yarn would do great for these gloves. These are so wonderful. And I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up button, like our channel, and share this with your friends. This is so awesome. What an easy project that was. So quick. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Check out all the links in the description of this video, and I'll see you next time. Happy hooking!